I came home from a long day at the office, expecting nothing more than a quiet evening in my backyard oasis, but what I found hanging from one of my ancient oaks stopped me dead in my tracks. It was a sturdy wooden bench swing, gently swaying in the late afternoon breeze, right in the heart of my private grove. And I knew right away that the Willow Ridge Homeowners Association had finally gone too far. My name is Alexander Hayes, and I've been calling Willow Ridge home for 3 years. A picturesque, gated community on the outskirts of Austin, Texas, with rolling hills, classic ranch-style houses, and those majestic live oaks that define the hill country. The neighborhood was the kind of place where folks took pride in their lawns and waved as they drove by, but my 2-acre lot was special because of that oak grove at the back. 7 massive trees, some over a century old, formed a shady retreat where I could unwind after debugging code as a software developer in the city. The HOA had been a nuisance before. Notes about my mailbox needing a fresh coat or my grass edging over the height limit during dry spells. But this was them building on my land without a word. Up close, the swing was well made. Thick chains bolted into a low branch, dark-stained wood with plush cushions. A plaque read, Willow Ridge Community Rest Area, donated by the HOA board. Community rest area? On my fenced-in property? I snapped photos from every angle, including wide shots, proving it was deep inside my boundaries. I'd had the land surveyed when I bought it, so there was no doubt this was mine at least 50 feet from any line. My phone buzzed. It was my girlfriend, Sophia, calling from her place downtown. "Still on for dinner?" she asked. I told her about the swing, and she was stunned. "They just put it there?" Without asking. "Absolutely." She paused, then said, "What are you going to do?" I could call the HOA president, Victoria Langley, who'd run the board like her personal fiefdom for 5 years. Diplomacy might work, but the gall of it boiled my blood. They decided my property was theirs to use. "I'm taking it down," I said. Sophia warned me to be careful, not to give them leverage, but I was set. With daylight fading, I grabbed tools from the garage, a socket wrench, ladder, gloves, and a tarp. The bolts had drilled straight into the tree, damaging the bark on a protected oak that required county permits even for trimming. More photos. It took 45 minutes to dismantle it all without a scratch on the bench. I laid it out neatly, then drafted a formal trespass notice on my computer, citing Texas Penal Code. I printed copies, laminated one, and zip-tied it to the bench before dragging the whole thing to my front yard by the street. By dinner time, cars were slowing to gawk, and a small crowd snapped pictures. I stayed inside, letting the spectacle unfold. At 7:30, the call came for Victoria. "Mr. Hayes, about the community bench near your property. Residents say you vandalized it and left a threatening note." I kept calm. It wasn't near my property. It was on it. That's trespassing, and the tree damage could be criminal mischief. She claimed the grove was a community amenity, visible from the path. I countered with my survey. No easement, no access rights. Her tone iced over. "We invested $2,000 in that. You've destroyed community property." No, I'd removed an illegal structure intact. They could pick it up, but no more entries without permission, or I'd file charges. She invoked neighborhood aesthetics and shared spaces, but the covenants had no such clause. "We'll discuss this at tomorrow's emergency meeting," she said. "Attend if you want to resolve it amicably." I'd already resolved it. "Good night." My hand shook, but I'd stayed factual. Sophia called. The neighborhood Facebook group was exploding. Some called the HOA out of bounds. Others labeled me selfish. One, Brenda, griped about property values. I researched Texas law that night. HOAs couldn't build on private land. My covenants confirmed it. Next morning, the bench was egged. Photos, hosed down, off to work. A text from HOA board member Diane Fletcher demanded access to repair the community oak. I refused. No entry. The meeting that evening was packed, 60 people in a room for 40. Victoria spun a tale of enhancing a beloved area, omitting the trespass. Questions flew. One woman called me selfish. A man pressed about permission. Victoria dodged. I stood. Survey proves it's mine. No notice given. Protected tree damaged. Removal legal. The room buzzed. "Did you check boundaries?" I asked. They had the plat map. They knew. Diane cited aesthetic authority, but I had covenant copies, no building rights. Edward Blackwell, a real estate attorney neighbor, backed me. Clear trespass. Chaos ensued. Victoria adjourned, demanding I remove the eyesore. I'd move it Friday, if not retrieved, abandoned after that. Supportive emails came, including Edward offering pro bono help against HOA abuse. Friday, contractors hauled it away without a word. Videoed it. Thought it was over wrong. Saturday, voices in my grove. Victoria, Diane, and tree experts with clipboards. Assessing tree health after your removal. Victoria smiled falsely. The contractor, Robert Klein, thought it was common area. I demanded they leave. No covenant allowed entry. I recorded, called 911. They scrammed as the operator answered. Deputy arrived, heard my story, saw the survey. Warned Victoria off. Civil dispute for now. Monday, certified letter. Fines for violations like aesthetics and refusing inspections. $500 plus $100 daily. Forwarded to Edward. Retaliation. We'll push back. He drafted a rejection, demanding rescission or we'd sue for harassment, trespass, tree damage. Their response, fines dropped, but reserving rights. Lawyers speak for backing down. Mid-July, county code complaint on tree damage. Edward, Victoria's ploy. Inspector Carlos Ramirez examined. I showed proof HOA did it. He confirmed code violation, no permit. County fined HOA $1,500. I was cleared. No gloating. Late August, vandalism. Selfish spray painted on driveway. Mailbox down, garbage strewn. Sheriff's report, installed cameras. Emailed HOA warning of legal action. Cameras caught Victoria's son, Dylan, at 2 a.m. with spray paint. 911, deputies nabbed him. He blamed his mom for saying I needed a lesson. Charged with mischief and trespass. My docs showed motive. Edward, potential conspiracy. Dylan's plea. Probation, restitution, community service, stay-away order. Phone records implicated Victoria. Texts urging action without direct orders. She was charged, arrested, made local news. Board ousted her. She resigned. New President Nathan Brooks apologized over coffee, pledged transparency. Hesitantly asked about limited path easement. I demurred, but said maybe later if they proved reasonable. Victoria's family moved to Dallas. Spring bloomed. Sophia moved in. We hosted barbecues in the Grove, inviting supporters like Edward. Edward ran for board, won with my endorsement. June barbecue. Nathan revisited easement. We negotiated. Narrow daylight path. No structures. HOA tree maintenance. Revocable. Open October with sign crediting me. Strange at first, but rewarding. Notes from grateful neighbors like an elderly couple touched by the beauty. Sophia and I engaged in December under the oaks, were there in April. Small ceremony, string lights, vows amid the trees. Nathan toasted balance of rights and sharing. Post-wedding, I advised on HOA matters informally. Neighborhood improved. Engaged residents, accountable board. Victoria's divorce rumor. Dylan reformed out west. 2 years on, Sophia asked if I regretted dismantling without talking first. No. Set boundaries against disrespect. Escalation was her choice. We ended up married, happy, with a reformed community. One evening, overhearing walkers praise the Grove, I reflected, standing firm, transformed conflict into good. The oaks endured, a symbol of defended rights leading to shared joy. I'd fight again for home, principles, community balance. What do you think about the themes of injustice and retaliation in stories like this? Share your stance in the comments. Have you faced similar overreach, and how did you handle it? Let's discuss how we can stand against unfair authority while building better neighborhoods.